Between huge discoveries and sad goodbyes, some of soap's finest are in for quite a few big shocks next week. The Woolpack changes in hands in Emmerdale, but the identity of the new owner remains unknown. Coronation Street, meanwhile, sees Daniel Osborne and Daisy Midgley unable to resist temptation, but their moment of passion could well be caught out by none other than Lydia Chambers. A loud bang causes concern in EastEnders, while Hollyoaks says goodbye to a number of fallen faves, with sad funerals and memorials on the cards. Coronation Street. 1. Max lets himself into Daniel's flat using the keys he swiped earlier, and he sets about smashing the place up, accidentally breaking a clay imprint of Sinead's, Daniel's and Bertie's hands. Daniel returns and spots Max emerging from the bedroom. Fuming, he shoves Max out of the door, but Max trips and tumbles down the stairs. Daniel stares at Max's seemingly lifeless body and calls an ambulance. But will he be okay? 2. Asha is intent on setting off for Glasgow, but she calls in at the cafe to see Nina before she does so. Nina, however, pockets Asha's phone. Asha's shocked when she makes the discovery, but Nina refuses to let her go to Glasgow, and locks the cafe door to stop her leaving. 3. Audrey and Rita put their differences aside, while Shona smugly takes the credit. But when Audrey bridles at being set up, Rita's patience snaps and, with a parting shot about her daytime drinking, she flounces out. 4. Fizz tells Evelyn that Hope's therapist thinks that her daughter's recent antics were just those of a naughty girl and nothing more sinister. Evelyn, however, is not convinced. 5. Sarah is left underwhelmed when Adam tells her he's taking her to the bistro for her birthday, and has bought her a smart oven as a present. How romantic. 6. Sally and Elaine fuss over Tim. Tim, of course, is in his element. 7. Daniel and Daisy hurl insults at each other, but Daisy admits she wants Daniel and they soon kiss. They leap apart as Lydia enters. EastEnders. 8. Peter is rendered speechless when he discovers the truth about Erin, and he warns Bobby to stay away from Dana. Bobby, however, ignores his brother's advice, and asks Kathy to borrow some cash, as he's intent on proposing to Dana. But Peter spoils his moment as he tells Kathy everything, and just as Bobby proposes, Kathy bursts in, determined to put a stop to him marrying into the Monroes. 9. News of Erin's actions spread around the square, and Harvey admits it's all true, before visiting his son in prison, telling him he's going to stop coming to visit. Afterwards he announces he's leaving the square, but Jean berates him for abandoning his son. 10. Ben opens up to Kathy, revealing he's pushing Callum away in the wake of the attack so that they don't get targeted. Callum, however, is determined to make things right, as he organizes a party at the Prince Albert, asking his husband to meet him there if their marriage has a future. Jack, meanwhile, arrives at the party due to noise complaints, but when Callum refuses to call it a day, he finds himself arrested. 11. Eve tells Suki that she has been in contact with Ash. Suki, upset, confronts Eve once more, and has a go at her for turning her daughter against her. But their argument grabs the attention of the police officers nearby, and the duo subsequently get bundled into a van. 12. Chelsea crosses paths with a nurse who recognizes Gray from when he used to come to the hospital with Chantal. She is horrified to hear that Chantal has died and offers Chelsea support should she need it. Chelsea, however, bats her off. 13. Stacey's day goes from bad to worse when she ends up with rubbish all over her, and she subsequently admits to Martin that she hates her job. But as she rants about how Martin made her life hell, she backs into the pathway of an incoming car. 14. Several of Walford's finest are cleaning up outside the Prince Albert in the wake of the party when suddenly a bang goes off. Afterwards, it's confirmed that the bang was a gas explosion at the RGBG. Emmerdale. 15. Rona receives a letter from Pierce, and subsequently tells Vanessa that he wants to find his son, Marcus. She finds Marcus' number and leaves a message, but Vanessa intervenes, pretending to be Rona when Marcus shows up in the village. Rona, however, discovers what her pal has done, and is livid. Marcus, meanwhile, wants answers, and asks Rona what it was that compelled her to get in touch. 16. It's the day of the Woolpack auction, and Chaz is struggling. She explains to Kane that losing the pub will break her heart, making Kane determined to fix things, and thus he puts in a bid. Moira is relieved, however, when he's outbid by an online buyer. The new owner of the boozer wants to meet with Chaz and Marlon, leaving the duo concerned. But who is it? 17. Ryan informs Charity the funeral stirred up some emotions for Mac about losing his own mother, and Charity kicks herself for not spotting this obvious connection. 18. Dawn asks Harriet to be her maid of honor. Kim offers Home Farm as the wedding venue, much to Dawn's delight, but the mood is soon soured when her ex Alex returns, pleading with her to let him explain his previous actions. 19. Ellis and Belle's secret is out when they are spotted together at the auction. Kane is seething, and expresses his anger. 20. Al suggests he and Kerry get a place together. Hollyoaks. 21. Damon sets up his own gambling night at the Loft, but James and Ethan are the only two in attendance. The stakes are high, as the players risk it all to win big. Sweet, worried about James, interrupts and desperately tries to convince his boat to stop, but to no avail. Two of the players come out on top, but another finds himself in serious trouble. The question is, who? 22. It's Lunar New Year, but the Chen Williams clan are not in a celebratory mood after finding out about Dave's shocking secret. 23. Mercedes finds a letter from Bobby's school, who report that he's been acting out of character. She finds Honor and asks her to speak to Bobby, hoping for a second opinion. Afterwards, Bobby has a few cruel words for his mum, as he claims that Silver didn't love her. 24. It's the day of Silver's funeral. Goldie makes a heart-warming speech. Bobby's words, however, continue to ring in Mercedes' head. As a result, she blurts out a shocking statement, while Cher makes a life-changing announcement. 25. Sweet has to push the boat out to get back into James's good books after missing Marnie's funeral,